There's a BBC record of the Big Deal theme, which is now available, and there'll be a new series on BBC One next year.
Hold the back page. Sports writer Ken Wordsworth needs more money and is prepared to sacrifice a few principles to get it.
How much do I owe you?
80 pence, Cup. You leaving the paper then, are you?
Oh, yes, you can have that as well.
No. I meant leaving here. Must be a great relief to get away from that toilet roll.
That toilet roll, as you call it, happens to be my new place of employment.
Oh, good. No wonder you're drunk, mate. What are you going to be doing there, then? Calling the bingo or running a wet T-shirt contest?
Actually, I am a writer.
Oh, yeah? Branching out, are they?
Ken Wordsworth's the name.
David Warner arrives in Fleet Street. Hold the back page next Tuesday at 8 o'clock on BBC One.
And now let's hear what some of you have been saying about BBC programmes from Barry Talk.
Good evening. A few moments ago, the series Big Deal ended its run, and it seems appropriate to record your comments on what has been a very successful and much-liked programme. Here's R.N. Hayward of Norwich, who says of Big Deal:
Excellent storylines, and every character plays his part with humour and real-life authenticity. The basis of the story is far removed from the usual predictable rubbish we expect nowadays, and it's easily the best programme on TV in the last 20 years.
Praise indeed. Mark Smith of Newark calls Big Deal
a thoroughly entertaining programme.
And adds,
No, Mr. Took, you're not imagining things. Entertaining is the word I've used.
I don't doubt you. Mr. Paul Williams of Swansea would agree with Mark Smith about Big Deal.
It's like a breath of fresh air. Definitely one of the highlights of the week.
So there you are, fans, your appreciation duly recorded. And while we're on the subject of favourite series, what do you make of this letter from Birmingham?
I'm writing to say if you know where Sonny and Tubbs of Miami Vice are hidden. Have a look under your chair.
No, they're not there.
I want to see as well, just in case you're lying.
Some people.
If they're not there, the least you can do is give us a small glimpse of them both.
All right, one small glimpse coming up. There, better now? Thanks to Miami Vice, you know, things are getting tense in the Pope household in Great Yarmouth. Angela Pope describing herself as
a very desperate mum.
Right.
Please tell me when Miami Vice will be back on. My daughter Kim is going through terrible withdrawal symptoms, gazing at newspaper clippings and drooling over photos of Don Johnson.
You mean photos like this?
Worse still, she's constantly listening to the Miami Vice theme tune on record. So please bring back Miami Vice before Kim has a total breakdown and is beyond saving.
Well, Kim, try tapering off on Bergerac or on Starsky and Hutch. Miami Vice will be back sometime in 1986. And now, talking of Bergerac, here's another Kim Rowley of Oldham, on the subject of the Channel Islands sleuth.
Are there really only 5 people on the island of Jersey? Only each week the villain of the story has a chance meeting or is well known by Bergerac's Jersey Quartet, who are his girlfriend, ex-wife, ex-father-in-law Charlie Hungerford, and Diamante Lil.
And if it isn't the people, it's the setting. B. Smithy of Beckenham writes,
I am so confused by Bergerac's background, I'm unable to concentrate on the new series.
And Mr. Smithy complains about
a new and larger office with more people, the demise of lovely Annette Badlands as secretary, a move from his interesting cottage to a holiday-type flat, Diamond Lil changed from cosy landlady to nightclub queen, yet another girlfriend. Worst of all, what have they done to his nice ex-wife Debbie? She was a sensible woman who divorced Bergerac more in sorrow than in anger, remaining a caring friend and a curb on Charlie Hungerford's excesses. Now there's bitterness, and she's a man-mauling party girl. It's all too much. Stop it. This is not Dynasty, and get on with the stories.
If you say so. Catherine Head of Ipswich writes in much the same vein and says,
I guess my friends have given up watching, but I shall continue to switch on, hoping things will alter and get more like the series I enjoyed so much before.
Well, yes, I suppose they could always give Bergerac's car a thatched roof. That might add a note of old world charm. But it must be said that Bergerac is as popular as ever. So is EastEnders. Here's the latest comment on the serial to reach the Points of View office. It comes from G.B. Minter of South Oxley, Hearts.
Dear Barry, Just a couple of words on the subject of tonight's episode of EastEnders, the christening. Absolutely bloomin' brilliant.
Well, that's 3 words, actually, but who's counting? Talking of counting, how many thank yous do you think there are in this letter? It's from Sarah Gill of Hightown and Janice Altier of Liversedge, West Yorkshire. It goes on and on and on and on and on and on, and they say, thank you for bringing Cagney and Lacey back to our screens. How nice. And now, here's David Slater of Brecon Angus with his own way of saying thank you.
I would like to congratulate you on your fabulous show, Paul Daniels' Magic Show. Please, please, could you show the Indian rope trick again? Because I thought it was wonderful, and I'm a young magician myself.
And abracadabra? The brilliant Paul Daniels. Hey, I've had my first Christmas card. It's from Mrs. Trudy Watson of Belfast. Well, actually, she says...
Couldn't find any writing paper, so an early Merry Christmas to you.
And the compliments of the season to you. But what's on your mind, Mrs. Watson?
Never mind what the newscasters say to each other after the news. Look what you do to them before it. Firstly, they're run over, both of them, by a ghost lorry. Then they're bombarded from outer space. Having hit London, the substance is spat back with such force that the whole UK is spattered. Our intrepid pair keep smiling.
As well they might.
What are they saying afterwards? Obviously the... expletive deleted, a kind of complaint even you'd make.
Well, actually, Julia Somerville and John Humphreys are saying to Wrong Neil, the head of news...
Beam me up, Scotty.
And after the news, the weather. Here's T.W. Thornton of Newcastle upon Tyne.
I was very pleased to see another new weatherman and to hear his clear northern accent. But my household is speculating about John Ketley's right hand. We've never yet seen it, and his right arm stays so straight. Does he have a hook at the end of that arm, we wonder?
Well, John?
A hook, Barry? You're joking, aren't you? Actually, I do use one of these for tucking onto presenters like yourself.
Why, John Ketley, you mischievous rascal. Back to your seaweed this instant and make way for Eleanor Moffat of Belfast.
Over the last few weeks, I've become heartily sick of Wogan overexposure. And now, what has the BBC inflicted on us? Angela Rippon 5 nights a week for 9 weeks. P.S. I do like both presenters. I also like baked beans, but not every night of the week.
Baked beans is an apt comparison, as Miss Rippon has recently spent some time in Boston, Massachusetts, the home of the baked bean. But it's not only the quantity, it's the time her quiz is on that irritates you. J.M. Carpenter of Dorking writes...
How on earth can the BBC justify putting Master Team with Angela Rippon, on 5 nights a week? Now that the dark evenings are here and the children cannot go out to play, please bring back Cartoon Time or Tom and Jerry or The Odd Comedy and move Master Team to a later time.
And what do children themselves say? Here's Rachel Mayer of Nelson, Lancashire.
The team members are all too old for the time it is on. The questions are too difficult.
Kenny Nicholson and twin sister Kylie ask...
Isn't this supposed to be children's TV?
And Board of Chessington says...
It is boring, repetitive, dull. On to the wrong audience at the wrong time.
Are you listening, BBC? But let's end on a bright and topical note this 5th of November with some fireworks. If you're having your own firework party now or this coming weekend, do please be careful. Fireworks can cause serious injury. But not, fortunately, on television. Here come the sparklers. We'll be here next week with some more of your sparklers. Until then, goodbye.
If you have any comments on BBC television programmes, please write to Points of View, BBC Television, London W12 8QT.
Well, over on BBC Two shortly, Roy Plumley, in the last television interview he made, talks to Judi Dench at her home in South London and asks her what places, pursuits and things give her the most pleasure. Here on BBC One, Cagney and Lacey hit the streets in 25 minutes for this week's detective adventure, Con Game. This is BBC One.
The 9 o'clock news from the BBC with Julia Somerville and Andrew Harvey.
The Americans won't buy British. The defence contract Mrs. Thatcher wanted goes to France.
The double defector, Moscow says he was brainwashed by the CIA.
Murder in Hyde Park. Police say they're hunting a ruthless killer.
And Looking a Million to Raise a Million, the fashion show for Africa's hungry.
Good evening. In the last half hour, it's been announced that Britain has lost a £3 billion American defence contract to the French. Washington made the decision despite a huge personal effort by Mrs. Thatcher to persuade